What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel, and well, here we are, and I want to touch on the best decision that Treyarch has made with Black Ops 6 so far. Now, before you rage me in the comments, and yes, I know some of you will, you're probably already typing as I'm speaking now, I want to emphasize that I said so far. The game hasn't even released yet, and Call of Duty's track record with player satisfaction hasn't been the best these several past years, but I believe my points in this video still stand. Hear them out and give them a chance. Just to refresh your memory, last year's implementation of the feature called Carry Forward was the first time players have been able to keep all their guns, camos, and skins that they earned and bought in Modern Warfare 2022 and then carry them over to the next title, Modern Warfare 2023. Personally, at the time, I seen this as a huge marketing ploy to push players to continue to buy cosmetics throughout the entire life cycle of Modern Warfare 2. If players knew that they would be able to use them for another year, they're going to be more likely to purchase these bundles later in the game's cycle, and that's a lot of potential income for Activision. It makes sense why Mr. Krabs and the execs up top want to maintain as much microtransaction cash as possible for as long as possible. I also believe a large reason that they did this was to help Modern Warfare 3 look like it had more content than it actually offered upon release.
You're a smart motherfucker, that's right.
Nevertheless, Carry Forward was something players were excited about and did make perfect sense since Modern Warfare 3 was a direct continuation of the 2022 title. I stated in a video I posted last year that I had a feeling this would not be a feature leading into Treyarch's next game, which turns out to be true, and let me just say, I'm glad it isn't. At the same time, I still think the approach they are taking to Carry Forward to be a flawed one, and I'll explain why. I believe Black Ops 6, I'm pretty sure, is the first Treyarch title on the new engine. I'm pretty sure, but feel free to fact check me. And at this point, they've had a good amount of time to cook. They deserve a clean slate to show us what they can make of this multiplayer. When it comes to multiplayer, 2022 and 2023 weapons won't be carried into Black Ops 6 multiplayer, so you won't be able to use the M4 from Modern Warfare 2 or the FJX Horus for Modern Warfare 3 in Black Ops 6 multiplayer, at least not these versions of the weapon. I have no doubt that we'll see some older variations of some weapons. I mean, it only makes sense, but your attachments and camos, those aren't going to carry over either. When it comes to the multiplayer, this is great. I don't want the next multiplayer to be polluted with guns and weapons from different eras and time frames. I understand that Call of Duty is not a realistic shooter, it's more of an arcadey take, and I'm fine with that. But I also hate seeing weapons outside of the time frame that the game is supposed to take place. That's why I used to like the Modern Warfare to Black Ops rubber band back and forth throughout the years. It was a nice variation to play modern combat for a year and then go back to older combat and older weapons. It helps immerse you more into the game, but it also allows you to be able to only use the new weapons that were offered that year. Furthermore, I'm just ready for a reset on all these skins. We all know that as the lifecycle goes on, they release crazier and crazier skins, and you wackos buy them like hotcakes. And I'm fine with that. Look, I'm fine with that. But by the end of the game, I'm just ready for this craziness to subside. You know what I mean? The Teletubbies, the emojis, GIMP suits, it was fun for a while, but I'm just ready for a new set of skins and a new life cycle. Since we talked about the pros of their decision with Carry Forward, we have to talk about what I believe to be the cons. While weapons and cosmetics won't transfer to multiplayer, they will transfer to Warzone, and this, I believe, will turn out to be a huge mistake. You may disagree, but I think my opinions are severely warranted, and what I have to back them up is the past. Warzone, when initially released, took over the world. We were all trapped inside because of COVID-19, it had crossplay, and Verdansk was a very evenly balanced battle royale map with tons of ways to approach it. The following game was Black Ops Cold War, and we've seen a similar situation now to what we can expect this year. Multiplayer progression did not cross over, but the Warzone weapons did. Having Cold War era weapons in the game while also having the variety of their modern counterparts was troublesome. Balancing became very difficult for the devs to effectively grant us, There was no type of immersion because the maps and weapons were from separate time periods. And do you not remember when a lot of people couldn't even play for the first month or two after releasing Warzone Pacific? Now, I understand, I get it. Time has passed. Activision has perhaps learned from their mistakes, but I don't think that mixing all these different ingredients together will turn it into some Gordon Ramsay perfected dish. At the same time, I will say that the huge downside to Warzone not carrying over, if it did not, would be people wouldn't be able to maintain the skins that they purchased or camos that they worked for. And now that's where we get to a very difficult part in the argument. Would Warzone be a more satisfactory and cohesive mode if it was standalone instead of being so tightly intertwined with the events and characters from the titles? Truthfully, I'm not sure the best way for them to go about this, but I just worry about having all these weapons in Warzone, especially since most of them will be basically useless when compared to the top handful of weapons that will be used in game. Let me know your thoughts and let's get some conversations going in the comments below. As always, guys, I appreciate your time, I appreciate your support, and I'm gonna see you next time. Deuces.